Hi guys, I'm going to be doing a video today entitled, Are you a Peninnah or a Hannah? Are you a Peninnah or a Hannah? Yes, you heard correctly. Now the first thing I'd like is that you do not consider this, look at it from a gender perspective, okay? We know that this event that took place happened between these two women. However, what I want you to take away from this is the character choice and the choices that both these women made, and the stark contrast between the two. So please don't shut it off and say, oh, this is about women. No, this applies to all genders, okay? Male and female. We're just discussing the characteristics of both these women. All right, so as you know, Elkanah was married to both Peninnah and Hannah. And every year they will go up to Shiloh to give thanks and to give sacrifices unto the Lord. And what he would do is, after he'd make these sacrifices, he'll bring portions of the sacrifices and he would give some to Peninnah, her sons and her daughters, and he'll give some to Hannah. However, he would give Hannah a double portion. Of course, this will embarrass Hannah, as she was barren, she could not have children, and this aggravated Peninnah, as she took enjoyment in being provoking and harassing to Hannah because she could not have children. And so we find here within the story that year after year they would go up to the temple in Shiloh and to pray and to give thanks. And each year, Hannah will continue to pray over and over again for a child. And year after year, Peninnah continued in provoking Hannah and in causing her to weep and to cry and to be bitter, and to the point even that she was not eating. And I remember here in one of the verses where Elkanah came to Hannah and said to her, "Why are you crying? Why are you grieved in heart? Why are you not eating? Am I not more to you than 10 sons?" What that told me there was that Elkanah most likely did not know or was aware of what Peninnah had been doing to Hannah. And Hannah did not disclose to Elkanah what Hannah was doing. But what she was faithful in doing was, no matter what she was doing and no matter what was going on and no matter how she felt, she was continual in prayer. She was continuous in prayer. She was continuous in going before the Lord with her tears and with her weeping and with her crying and her prayers. And even at one point she went up there and she was praying with such fervency that nothing was coming out of her mouth. And the prophet Elijah thought that she was drunk. Once she explained to him what her desires were, the prophet Eli, I think I said Elijah. So the prophet Eli thought she was drunk. But once she disclosed to him her heart's desire and what she's praying about and what she is seeking the Lord for, eventually she conceived. So she had a son, and she made a vow to the Lord that once she had the son, Samuel, that she would then dedicate him to the Lord. And she kept her word in loaning him and giving him back to the Lord for his service. And eventually, she had children. Later on down the line, the Lord did bless her womb, where she had 3 sons and 2 daughters. In contrast to that, we have Peninnah. You know, a lot of times we just know Peninnah provoked Hannah, the end, that was it. But very rarely, at least as far as I'm concerned, have I heard anyone go any further with Peninnah. Why was Peninnah being this way? Why was Peninnah so hostile towards Hannah? I'm going to give you a couple reasons why. One is, I'm going to say there were 2 wives, so there weren't a whole bunch in between. So the treatment probably that she witnessed with Elkanah towards Hannah probably made her jealous, because most likely she has the children. She's probably expecting his affections to be more so towards her than to Hannah. Second, this is just me surmising that perhaps even the double portion that Elkanah will give to her probably bothered Peninnah, because maybe in her mind she feels like, I am the one who has the children. I should be getting the double portions. Another possibility is simply this: pride. She has the children. She has been blessed. Her womb has been blessed. She has the children, and she's looking down on Hannah, who cannot produce. And so her blessings she uses as a platform to glorify herself, to exert herself, and to bring pain to someone and to remind someone of what they don't have. Another thing also is that Peninnah could have forgotten where she came from. Peninnah forgot where the Lord brought her from. You see, she wasn't always. She didn't have a husband. She wasn't born with a husband. So the thing is, there was a time when she didn't have a husband. There's a time she didn't have children. There's a time perhaps she saw other women that had husbands and children. And she forgot about where the Lord took her from. Another possibility would be this: that Peninnah was so busy focused on what was going on with Hannah that she could not see what she had already. She could not see that, my goodness, I could have been barren. I could have been where I'm not able to have children, and give God thanks and praise for that, and be a comfort to this sister, to Hannah, who is not able to have children. But she was so blinded by her envy, and she was so blinded by envy, and she was so blinded by jealousy that she could not see beyond that. And so she reacted a certain way. She exerted herself by being harassing, by hurting another person, by being vindictive. And we can only imagine what she was doing based on the fact that she drove Hannah to the point that she would not eat. And she became so grieved in spirit that it was noticeable. The other thing that I'm going to say also is this. Actually, let me stay on course here. So that was her way of handling things. Hannah, however, no matter what was going on, no matter how she was being provoked, no matter how she was grieved, no matter what she was going through, she was continuous in praying. She was continuous in being before the Lord. And see, these two women contrasted one another in how they chose to deal with a matter. They both had situations. They both had issues. There was something that was bothering the both of them, but they chose to deal with it completely different. One turned to the Lord, while the other decided to act out in their flesh, to act out in their emotions. One of the things that Elkanah said to Hannah, and I wanted to talk about that, he said to her, "Am I not more to you than 10 sons?" And I want to kind of propose that to you, pose that question to you, and to me as well. And the question is this. You see, Hannah was so focused on what she did not have. Hannah was so focused on the fact that she did not have a child. Hannah was so focused on what Peninnah was doing to her that she could not see the double portion that she was receiving, and the kindness and the affection and the love of her husband. He could have shunned her. He could have ostracized her, but he did not. He loved her, but she was so grieved, and I don't have any doubts that she loved him, but she was so grieved by what was going on that she couldn't see what she had already. So I'm going to pose a question that Elkanah posed to Hannah in saying, "Am I not more to you than 10 sons?" Is God not more to you than what it is that you desire? Does God not mean more to you than what it is that you want? Is it not enough to have him? Is it not enough? Is he not more? Does he not mean more to you than what he can give you, than what you desire? You see, a lot of us are looking at the things that are happening around us, the things that we do not have. And so when we're doing that, we lose focus. But eventually what happened, no matter what Hannah felt, she kept praying. She kept going before the Lord, and he gave her the desires of her heart. And as we see later on, she was blessed and she received a lot more. We hear nothing else about Hannah. We hear nothing more about Peninnah. We hear nothing more if she increased. We hear nothing more about her children. We know that Hannah was blessed. We know that Samuel was used mightily by the Lord. And so this is the outcome of two choices you can make. You can choose to trust the Lord no matter what. You can choose to go before him with your tears, with your concerns, with your hurts, with your burdens, with your fears, and allow him to come through like he did for Hannah. Or you can be like Peninnah, who went into her flesh, who went into her feelings, who acted out on someone else. You see, Peninnah had an opportunity to take her hurts, her concerns, her jealousy, her issues, her hurts, perhaps feeling rejected by Elkanah. We don't know. But she can take those very things to the Lord and go before God. But instead she chose to do what we call displacement. So she's frustrated about something and she takes it out on another person. She chooses to not follow the Lord. And she chose to react to someone. She chose to use the blessings that the Lord gave to her to try to bring down another person. She saw what this person was lacking. She saw what this person did not have, and she knew she had it. She saw what Hannah lacked, and she knew she had that. She'd been blessed with that. So she used what she was now blessed with as a weapon against Hannah to bring her pain and to provoke her. But what she failed to realize, and she probably did know, but just didn't really realize or really didn't think it out, because again, anger and those things and envy and jealousy can blind you. You see, Hannah was praying, and Hannah didn't go and tell Elkanah what was going on. She continued to pray before the Lord. And when you are attacking a person that is praying before the Lord, that is seeking the Lord, you pose some danger to yourself, because God hears it and he sees it all. And God blessed her. And we hear about Hannah, but we hear no more about Peninnah. You have a choice. I have a choice. We have a choice in how we deal with those things that we are continually praying to the Lord about. Do you not desire him more? As Elkanah said to Hannah, am I not more to you than 10 sons? Is not God more to you than what you want? Because you see, once he becomes more to you than what you want, even though you want it, and he knows you have need of these things, but once he becomes more to you than what you desire, he will move. He will make things happen. God was not more to Peninnah than what she wanted. She probably wanted the affections of Elkanah, but he was not more to her that she would trust him to turn it all around. I believe the story and the outcome would have been different for Peninnah had her desire for God be more than what it is that she wanted. And Hannah, even though she struggled with that, she stayed before the Lord. And when she stayed before the Lord, what she desired became less than what she desired began to took second place to her desire to obey God. Because once she got her child, after waiting for so long, she honored her vows. So she desired God more. She desired God more than what she always wanted, the seed to be able to produce. And in doing that, God blessed her and gave her more than what she asked for, because she only asked for a child. He gave her 5. Let's put God first in all things. Let's choose to handle everything in the Spirit, and that is by going to him in prayer. And when you are blessed and when you are given things, do not use that as an opportunity to go against those who are less fortunate. Seek God first. Put him first in all things. And remember, I will end this by saying, are you a Hannah or are you a Peninnah? Which one are you? Which of those characteristics do you own? And whichever one it is, continue to ask God to keep you faithful and loyal to him. And if you find that you're operating in the way of a Peninnah, go before God and repent. Speak to him. He's faithful and just to forgive, but you must have the right heart and the right mindset and allow him to make that change in you. All right, guys, have a wonderful day, and I'll be seeing you soon.